What's he looking at?
Can you hear us now?
Huh?
All right.
Stephon's like, yeah, idiots.
Stephon fine ass. I'm just saying, you're a fine looking man. Ain't nothing wrong with that, man. No, relax, Stephon. You're a fine looking man.
All right, we are live. Oh, here we go.
3, 2, 1, go.
We're live. Chris Denman and Travis Terrell from the Send Up on Shaw at Gaslight on the Hill. Travis, been a fun day so far.
It's been a spicy meatball.
Rude.
Here on the hill, that's what you got to say. You got to say it like that.
Shout out to Matthew Ehrenreich of Edward Jones, our friends at Urban Chestnut, Jameson Irish Whiskey, and of course the good people here at Gaslight Media Outlaws. We've got Libbie Higgins. Good morning. Hello, Libbie. How are you?
Hello. I didn't realize how stinky I was till I came in.
Oh, I reek. So we have
Don't
that
worry,
happening.
baby girl. You're going to take it off later.
There it is.
Part of the festival.
It's also not morning. It's nearly 5 o'clock.
That's true. That's very fair. Just had a homicide happen at 40 and Grand, so welcome to St. Louis, everybody.
Now the Send Up on Shaw is official. Bang, bang.
Tim Convy's here, you know, from Y98 Morning Show, and a veteran that we haven't talked to him forever, man.
It's
Good
been
to see
such
you.
a long time since we've done this. I just realized we were doing some video, which is very exciting.
Yes.
Not sure we've done that together.
No, we have
before,
not.
but,
No, not
still,
yet.
Libby, I'm glad you could be here for this. A lot of ladies would kill to be hanging out with all three of us at once.
Needed to be said.
So would.
Glad that it's
Let's
you.
drive that into the ground.
Keeping it 100.
Libby, you went up. Tim, you're getting ready to go up outside on the outdoor stage. Libby, what's it like doing comedy outside?
It's sweaty and hot, but it was fun.
Good time?
Good time.
Yeah.
You were great.
You were
you.
funny.
Everybody had fun.
Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. You recently switched over. No wig, no neck brace. It's just
scary.
Libby out there.
It's really scary.
Yeah.
It's
Who are you
just me
checking out there? Yeah.
All these hot guys. There's so many.
There's a lot.
I
There
just
is.
feel awkward because I can't sit on the stool properly because fat people don't sit on stools. So like I'm just perched.
Stand.
here.
Get up. Oh, he's perched.
You're purged.
No, I like sitting like this.
You make that
I
happen.
think it makes you look cool.
It's
almost
streamlined.
I know.
almost like the AC Slater backwards chair
Right?
sit. Like you're like, I might have to go somewhere cooler at any time.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So what's going on with you? You still churning out videos. I see so much good content coming from you.
Turn them out.
You are killing it with the t-shirt game too. I love the new
Holy
shirts.
cow. I didn't realize how many people wore T-shirts.
Amazing.
And a lot of people wore T-shirts.
Yes.
And also, I'm in the paper today.
What
You
for?
are?
Oh, which paper? Like the real one?
Not the Globe Democrat.
No.
The Post Dispatch.
The St. Louis American?
Relax. That's a real
All right,
paper.
sorry, okay. Yeah.
The Post Dispatch.
What
it's
for?
about YouTubers in St. Louis.
Nice.
Wow.
You are the queen of it, though. You run this bitch.
There's other people.
Not like you.
I'm the oldest one, I think, which is pretty cool. I'm the oldest YouTuber.
That
I'm going to
is.
be in there tomorrow, actually. I killed 2 people on Highway 40 earlier today, so I think it'll...
Violence.
It's so funny to talk about it.
Can I tell you a fun
You
fact?
guys
though?
started it.
Yeah.
Please.
Eric Greitens is on the cover of the paper today.
Oh, really?
We were in the same graduating class at Parkway North in
Are you
1990.
I did not
shitting?
know that.
Wait,
I did not know that.
Two
That is
Parkway
crazy.
North alumni in the same paper.
Okay,
up.
that's all we're talking about
yeah,
now.
yeah,
Because
yeah.
I've
Get her,
heard
Convy,
he was
get
a
her, Convy.
nightmare. Is that true?
I
Like
just
throwing kids into lockers and stealing lunch money and all that. True or
Blindfolding
false?
teachers.
True
What
or
is
false?
that
Please
about?
answer the question.
I'm scared to
Sure.
say anything publicly. Obviously, I don't want to be murdered. Maybe
wait,
taped up in the basement.
All
yeah.
right.
No, but like I just remember him being very driven. Like even as a young boy.
I guess in high school.
what I've heard.
He
What a
knew.
nerd.
Like he knew he was gonna try to be.
Yeah, I
president.
heard amongst his friends in high school and college that he asserted that, I'm running for president.
So wait,
Like,
did-
he made the decision eerily early to decide to run for president, like at the age of 14, 15.
Right.
Yeah,
He's like,
that's-
don't get any photos of me smoking this joint, right? Because he's going to be...
Yeah, the worst thing I've ever done. Yeah, he blew that.
Who knows?
certainly did.
Can
I
he
don't
still run
know.
for president?
He would love.
He
If
will.
his biggest
He will.
problem was smoking a joint, he would love that right now.
That would be good.
I
But why
wish
do the
they had
liberals
pictures.
hate a leader that ties up his mistresses? What's wrong with that? Okay, you don't think Obama tied up some
Yeah.
people in his
Right.
day?
In Kenya.
And thank you. No one ever talks about that aspect.
Right.
No one brings it up when it comes to Hillary.
Yeah.
So wait.
You know she tied some people up.
So we are idiots, and we have our own radio show, and we can literally talk about anything we want. You're on Y98. Actually, people listen, and there's demographics, and people
Very
pay
true.
attention to what you say. You have things to answer to. how's it been covering this? You have to talk about the Greiton stuff every day
We
because it's
don't.
more and more. You don't?
We don't. It's funny. Yeah, we don't at all. We keep it pretty fun and light.
Yeah.
We want to be a place that people don't have to hear that stuff. But we're right next door to KFTK, that radio station, and they hit it hard. They're deep in it. They love it. So it feels like it's adjacent to us at all times. But no, we don't get into it.
It's kind of nice because each day between him and the president, like no matter your politics, there's a story. It's something going on, and it just pops up there.
That's the thing. Like we anticipated there being some type of fatigue, but it's something like it's a brand new plot twist every other week. So it's kind of hard to avoid it because you're like, that's not supposed to happen in real life, but it's happening in front of us. So how can we ignore it? So has that been like now you?
He'll be here at 6:45.
Greiton's is on the show,
For
right?
He's doing a hard. He's doing a send up.
Doing a hard 10 after me.
Yes,
right?
he is.
Yeah.
Real hard.
But you guys, I would imagine, probably depending on your crowds, but you probably do your best to probably avoid the politics Trump, or do you dive into it?
I personally don't because I don't know enough about it to.
That's always my thing. I'm like,
I'm just an idiot. Like, what am I gonna say?
I don't because it polarizes the crowd. But the real reason is everybody's talking about that stuff and getting into it. And so I have a lot more competition and people saying the funniest thing about Greitens or Trump or whatever. So I don't want to compete with every other comedian because they're mostly funnier than me. So they'll get to that funnier thing before I do. But I have a monopoly on like girls I've dated and weird stuff that my family does.
Oh, that's also.
You know what I mean? So it makes it easier.
Wackiest slice of pizza out of Sheboygan, Ohio, or Wisconsin, wherever the hell that is. All right, so Tim, you're gonna get up and do 20 minutes. Thank you so much for coming in. I'll let you get out there, man.
Yeah,
you're gonna
good
go
to see
rock
you
it.
guys.
Wow,
again.
that's
Thank
like
you.
it's like
What a
Rock and Jock when
dude.
you're interviewing before they go to the
Yeah,
plate.
right.
This is
This is where I get up and leave?
This is,
And you guys just keep going?
Kind of making this weird. If you would tell Jonathan Kite, he's up next. We'll
Okay,
do that.
cool.
Thanks, buddy. Libby, hit the bricks. We're tired of talking to you.
Leaving too?
Yeah, go ahead and we'll tell that.
Well, this
Boy,
is a
did
great
that suck.
time. Oh,
that was
man.
terrible. I
This
can't
is a great
believe
time
that
to talk to
happened.
the audience. How is everyone
Yeah,
out there
let's
tonight?
go out there.
It's good. 7.
Yeah,
That's my 7
a
girls.
7? Oh,
Did
okay.
you know that there were 7 locales around the woman's crotch that a man is supposed to know in order to pleasure them? I was not aware that there were 7. And so those lovely ladies out there who are career women here in St. Louis were informing me the 7 ways to pleasure a woman.
Travis has been to 1.5.
Man, if I'm lucky, shoo. I told him, I was like, I thought the booty hole was 1, and apparently it's not. So I'm literally down to 1.
Well,
I'm
we'll
down.
discuss more booty hole
Fallopian
action.
is what I
Is
was
that what it
saying.
is?
That was the answer. Fallopian was the answer.
I'm trying to think of just the opportunities you've had in the last 6 months or so to even climb those hills.
Chris, it's not about that. Right now, it's about finding myself. Okay, I'm at the point in my life where
You've been finding yourself for like 2 years, dude.
Man, if you can't treat yourself right, how can you treat someone else? And so
You want me to go radio? Good stuff here. We've got Jonathan Kite, Ian Bagg to close things out today. We'll be joined by Jonathan in here in just a bit. A little bit of what's happened so far. We had our man Stephon Hightower just complain to me that the Bernie sisters did an hour.
Yeah, they
and
did.
he only got 12 minutes.
Yeah, that's the thing, though.
He didn't just enjoy a couple of young ladies doing their thing. He went team Stephon, and he let me know, he wouldn't mind more time.
Well, they finished their set with The Weeknd.
Yeah,
So they
that's fair,
actually
yeah.
brought some musical taste to their set. Now, if you have done that, Stephon,
Right.
how are you going to be the black comedian
True.
at a comedy festival and
Right.
not do musical fare?
Let's see. Hey,
Add
Stephon
that to your
Hightower,
routine.
he comes out with a ukulele. I'll give him 40 minutes.
I tell you what, how is that not an act?
Right.
Stephon Hightower
Right.
with a
Yeah.
ukulele.
Yeah.
How do you not kick your set off that way?
Yeah. You want to do a podcast? We'll get him an acoustic guitar, change your last name to Neville, and come on in. That's what we're going to do. We're going to bring Stephon to do that. Our buddy Joseph Muldoon's here. He flew in from fucking Seattle for this. And we got people who live down the street that are just fading us, Travis. We got people here from the
Flew
East
in
Coast.
from Seattle?
That's not a joke.
Is
He's
there
here
like
from Seattle.
Is there like a My Little Pony festival that's
He's
also
actually
going on this weekend? That
we
he
had
can
a charity
participate
pay
in?
for his flight
Oh,
ticket. Yeah,
okay.
you see that? It's
Excellent.
kind of one of those deals.
Thank you,
but-
American Red Cross.
Yeah.
Hey, did you also know Chris Gardner is also here at the festival? For those who are not familiar with Chris Gardner, producer on our lovely morning show.
Silver hair, glasses,
also
walking
broke
around.
open the Greitens case.
He did. He broke it up.
he's the
Hashtag the
reason-
story of the year.
Yes, he's the reason why Greitens resigned yesterday at 5 p.m. Because he went down to Jeff City and told those folks, you know what, Greitens, you a hoe. And he was. Greitens was a hoe. And I don't care whatever
I'll throw
side.
you down the steps of the Capitol myself.
This has nothing to do with Republicans or Democrats. A hoe is a hoe.
Mm-hmm.
And he a hoe.
That's
He
what I'm
is- he's
thinking.
a real
What's the
hoe.
worst thing that would happen if you ran for public office?
Oh my God, my internet search history is the thing I worry
That's the
about a
thing.
lot.
Not that dude.
Like,
with the
pregnant
thing.
midget porn. Why so many channels, Travis?
Oh, wow. We're
Real
joined
talent.
by Real
my
Talent. He's got his
God.
VIP wristband on. He's got the 1993 Air Max with a
my
Harley
goodness.
Davidson T-shirt.
What
You
were
know
the-
him.
Wait, what did you just call my shoes? What? Boo! That's my man. My man. I saw you, baby boy. I see you rocking them J's, fam. Fam. Like Kanye.
Our friend Jonathan Kite, he's in from Los Angeles, originally from Chicago. He took time off from shooting a movie to come here, which was
Nice.
totally worth it.
Big
Jonathan,
Bolly.
what do you thought about the crowds? We've done a casino and a quartered off stadium in Southeast Missouri.
First of all, thank you to the casino. That first crowd, it was like well, this is an old reference, but it was like a casting call for the movie Cocoon. And they were just like, whoever lives through this casting call, we're going to take you guys. It looked like a Civil War photo is what I said. It looked like a Civil War photo, but old.
They treated us so
They
good.
were like Civil War grandparents. They were like, we
Yeah.
remember the war 1812. You couldn't do anything. Like, I tried to do some modern references and stuff, and they just did it. I was like, you
Yeah.
guys remember darkness before electricity? They're like, this guy speaks our language.
Like, who the fuck is Vince Vaughn? I don't want to hear that
Vince
again.
Vaughn, I think.
Yeah.
I knew Vincent Vondington, who was the first haymaker in this part of the country.
Yeah, he was the great grandfather that decided to lop off the part of their name at Ellis
At
Island.
Ellis Island.
Yeah.
He was an officer there. What are you, a Jew? Vaughn. Vaunsington, I don't know that.
Congratulations on being the first Jewish man in the Buffalo Wild Wings in Cape Girardeau, Missouri.
I thought you were going to say in Missouri. In Missouri.
I'm about to say, I heard you guys
I think the
made a
first
trip.
Jews in Missouri that wasn't running.
We just kicked.
That's why I got these shoes on. Run in, run in, run. I got to put on like 80s montage music.
Yes.
People are like, when time you get to the airport? I'm like, now. Mm-hmm. I got to go by
kicked out-
night though, so nobody sees.
We just kicked.
There's this farmers who like smell, go, I smell a Jew in the air. Get my gun.
We just kicked out a Jewish governor. Thoughts?
You guys have been waiting to do that
Yeah.
for a long time.
That's one of those things. It was
People,
like,
half people don't even know what he's accused of. He was accused of Judaism. He was accused of schnozzery.
don't forget that part of everything. Okay, so again,
You lost everyone.
I did. That's a reset, hard reset.
The silent Jews, they're living underground in Missouri, are like, finally, a program for us. I don't know whether they all sound like 1800s old biddies.
It works.
Finally, a program for us. That's
No, that's good. So Jonathan, you're in from LA.
uh-huh.
What do you
Sitting
want?
next to a bar that no one's drinking. We're like on a set of Cheers. Can I have a drink? No. This is a prop. This is a prop.
To make that happen, Matt.
You would actually be the second person to drink the shot if you had it.
Is it real alcohol?
It is true Jameson in this.
Do you
I'm
want
gonna
to
have
take?
it.
You want to take a shot?
I don't want to. My thing is, by the way, calm on down. This is a good festival. I don't know how it's going to be tonight when people are out at the bars and stuff. So I'm trying to stay as sober for as long as I can.
Oh, right. We do have a little. Yeah, it's going to get a little weird, right? Afterwards, we've resigned to actually have some fun tonight.
you know what's funny is it looks like the crowd looks like they're getting voted out of the festival. You know what I mean? Like it looked like it literally looks like the Great Depression out there. I have some stuff that I'm gonna talk about tonight about it, but it like we didn't know. Dylan and I were walking around. We didn't know where this was going to be. Like if it was going to be an abandoned parking lot.
Sure.
And there's an abandoned parking lot next door that has
Right.
twice as many people.
That's
By the way, there's nothing there.
competing festival.
There's no
festival.
double dutch.
okay,
There's
right.
nothing.
Yeah,
They're just standing around.
not even like a recycling cleanup crew or anything like that. It's just
I don't
they're
know.
there.
They were just in tattered clothes.
It's fair. Yeah, I bet they're having a better time than over here.
They look happy as hell.
It's the sun, man.
they got codeine and that's it.
Yeah.
Codeine and smiles. That's the order of that. It's a codeine fest. I didn't want to plug it because it's a different fest.
Yeah, you did 8 hours of press yesterday. How do you feel about that?
I did more than that, but I did. It was a death march. I mean, here's the thing. I'm just curious. The numbers are in. We're here. The festival is happening.
Mm-hmm.
How many people do you think came from the 8 hours of press that Ian and I did?
Bought tickets or came?
I'll give you whatever you want. in
We'll go with
this.
a median of 12.
So almost one per hour.
Yes.
Wow, man.
Almost,
I'm thinking
yeah.
about running for office
Yeah, right.
here.
You
My
get that out.
God, guys,
You know
I was
what?
on the
No,
road.
we're
for-
gonna see a rush whenever you go on. Guarantee it. Cardinals game just let out. That's the thing with St. Louis. We got to compete with
We
murders.
were talking about that. Being
Cardinal
from
games.
Chicago, it's the same thing.
Yeah.
Like people really want to be outside, so they save all the festivals. Like LA, where I live now, there's everything going on. Like every week, there's like something else because of the weather. Even when people are like, "Oh my God, it's freezing outside. It's 70," that it's like they don't. I'm like, this isn't the ice
about-
planet Hoth from
what about-
Empire Strikes Back.
What about in Boston, man?
What's up, dude?
It's a
Boston?
good thing over there.
Yeah, Mark
A lot of
Wahlberg
Red
just
Sox
got here.
games.
He just got here, Mark Wahlberg. He's always out of
A
breath.
Mark Wahlberg off.
What's up, dude? A Berghoff.
A Berghoff.
Yeah, you're more like Donnie Wahlberg.
Yeah. Hey, man,
there's
it's
a
good
lot
to
of
see you,
Wahlbergs.
brother.
Who's the guy who owns Wahlburgers?
Mr. Wahlberger.
No, but what's his name? It's like Phil Wahlberger.
Phil.
Phil
Yes.
Wahlberg. He looks like the third guy. I mean, come on, it's a new kid, an Academy Award winner.
Yeah.
Like, what DNA was left?
Right.
That
Yeah,
guy looks
yeah.
like he's running a
There's a couple Mannings running around that
He's running
look
a soup
slightly
kitchen.
off. Yeah.
in Haiti. But well, it's the most successful soup kitchen in Haiti. I don't want to say that it's not.
Right. Yeah.
And by the way, that
Hardest
show
worker
is
on the
killing
planet.
it.
Wahlburgers?
Yeah, a show was doing so well that they opened up how many locations?
It's fantastic.
It's unbelievable. I actually wanted to try the burgers. I don't know if there is them on the West Coast.
I don't think so. I think
yeah.
they're like they're trying to be the in and out of the East Coast.
Now we know.
luck.
Before we get you out of here, you got comedy to do tonight. All right, Two Broke Girls,
Yeah.
done after 6 seasons.
Done.
Family Guy, going great. Did a couple spots on there. American Dad, doing more voiceover work.
Them
I know-
syndication checks though for Two Bro Girls gotta be nice though.
Yeah, they're all
He's
right.
in
I own this
St.
bar.
Louis.
No. They're great. You know, the thing is, you want to get on a show that's successful, and we got very lucky. I mean, that show is amazing to work on, and because I've been a part of a lot of stuff. I
Right.
live in LA for a long time, and you do stuff where you were just like, oh my Lord, this is going to do well, and you get canceled after like one.
What is that
episode.
feeling like? Like a lot of like we've been talking about on our show about the Roseanne, but we were talking about it from the point of how it's difficult for the producers or the writers because you just had the upfronts and they were secured for a second season. Now you have writers scrambling looking for gigs. Like
That's
when
the hardest
shows
thing. I
break
mean,
up,
honestly,
like, how
here's the
does
thing.
that
At the end of the
work?
day, it's like it's freedom of speech. You know, when people there's such the biggest BS thing that's happening right now is that like we sort of don't have it positioned yet in terms of where we as people that represent a lot of people. You know, it's like. There's a fine line between you having freedom, like
Right.
for stuff like that, like because I agree with everything that's happening with the players in the NFL and stuff like that. It's
Right.
their right to do whatever they want, and the thing is, it affects the team, but the team then decides what they want to do with that person.
Right.
They can't bench Roseanne Barr, like she's the
Right,
show.
right.
There was like a rumor that was flying around online the other day where like maybe they'll do the show without her. And I was just like, whether she's going to be in the other room the whole time,
Right,
like
we
the
just
teacher from
pretend-
Peanuts.
right.
Every time she talks to him, wah, 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 wah. It's like, Roseanne, you doing it, baby. You doing it. This is her farting. It's just like, that's Rosie,
Yeah.
gas machine. It's just like you, and the thing is, and by the way, she's entitled to be her own bigot and like whatever that is.
Right.
And, but it's just like, it's gross, and it's like, there's a lot of people depending on you for those jobs and stuff, and I think that we have a certain responsibility. I think there is freedom of speech. No one's arguing that, but it's like, but be responsible with who
Right.
you are.
They
and
gave her a damn lake to swim in and do what she wanted, and she took it to the fucking ocean.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. Like, and by the way, I mean, and again, it had been asked of me and other people that. I think in LA, they're like, did you guys know? I mean, she's had other tweets. It's not like this was like a one-time thing or whatever.
Like a one-off, yeah.
Yeah, so it's just like, and good for ABC, honestly.
Does
like,
that reverberate in the industry? How does the industry respond when something? Because Roseanne, no matter what we think of them here in Flyover Country, but she's a big deal
She's
in the
huge,
industry.
huge.
So how does that? So when Roseanne gets canceled, especially in the manner that which she was canceled,
Anybody who
how does
says
that
stuff like that
reverberate?
that's not doing it, like comedians get slammed for that all the time. Like
Right.
Samantha Bee just got slammed for
Right.
calling. Can I say whatever I want on here?
Yeah,
No?
yeah.
Yeah, feckless cunt. And like the thing is, I go, yeah, but Samantha Bee is a comedian.
Right.
Like, and then when Roseanne Barr was like, Bill Maher should lose his job, and it's like, and then Bill Maher was like, no, okay, it's explaining jokes. Okay, you probably don't. So he did a thing where it's like, if you're a comedian. She has a show, and then she did a third thing, which is social media, right?
Right.
And people just confuse because social media is way more powerful than I think anybody
Ever anticipated, certainly.
And it's getting stronger
Yeah,
every day.
yeah.
So the thing is, like, at the end of the day, I think that there was a responsibility. We had a huge crowd, and then we went political, and people were like, what else is hot? And they literally walked out into traffic and got hit by a car, and they're like, this feels better. And I don't know. It's a tough thing because I feel bad for all those people because the biggest thing was we didn't know that our show was going to go away. It didn't
Right.
get canceled, Too Broke.
Right.
We just didn't get renewed. We were picking up for 6 years. We did 6 years, and that was it. And then we got lucky, but then you think about all those people having to find jobs very
Yeah,
quickly.
yeah.
And I still keep in contact with a lot of them. Shout out to the crew. There's like the best people you ever want to like meet in your life. They're just so kind and loving and so professional. And so whenever I run into them, that's the first thing I always ask. Is I'm like, what are you working on? Like you obviously everybody helped keep the success of the show. The audience doesn't know who they are, but we do because
Right.
we couldn't do it without them. Obviously,
Right.
they were so great at their jobs, and you just want to make sure that them and their families are taken care of.
Yeah.
Because I love those people. I cared about them, and we had such a strong relationship.
So true.
So, but how long have you guys been in here, by the way?
Like 15 minutes, 20
Oh,
minutes.
you guys just started up.
Yeah, we're just
Yeah.
kicking it up, man.
Yeah.
Just
Oh,
chill.
man, buddy.
Who's the next guest?
I think we might wrap to go watch comics and hang out with everybody and get ready. I'm going to give you some suggestions on material for the 6 o'clock
No, we
hour.
can keep going.
No.
If you, I want the audience to hear your bad
I'd like
suggestions.
to work about this. I need you to do 10 minutes on
Where's your mom, by the way?
10 minutes
Is
on
she here?
Ferguson. They had to go take care of some stuff. They'll be back before
I saw
set.
your dad. We were
Yeah.
hanging for a while.
Yeah.
Your mom didn't come over because I kept asking her for pictures of you in the tub last night. She's like, "You want to see this picture of Chris? It's embarrassing." And it was a picture that I took with him last night. And I was like, I thought I was going to see that little Denman Wang hanging
Right.
out.
Let's
Little
not
Denman
use
in the
little and
tub.
Denman Wang ever again in the same sentence. But I mean, you know. that's-
Listen, you opened up a wing stop that playfully, which I like, named Denman Wangs.
Yeah.
And
Sure.
yeah. And it's just a picture of you in the tub.
No. Aw. Put that on the
Cocktails
side
for
of bottle
everybody.
sauce.
Yeah.
Oh no, you don't want Denman Wang sauce.
Get some of that
Oh,
wine
guys, we
sauce,
just got
baby.
we were just closed by the Board of Health. Great. Okay, I just got an earpiece.
All right. So next projects. Are you allowed to talk about anything you're working on right now?
Not right now, but I mean,
Yeah.
I'm lucky. I got stuff in the
I'll
works.
say you're
and,
busy as hell, man.
Yeah,
He's hanging out in
it's
St.
cool.
Louis, Missouri. He's not that busy.
Well, that's what I said last night. People were like, "What do you really want out of this?" I go, "A job." But the thing is, no, you know what? I swear. Let me just say this: the only reason I'm here is because I did my stand-up special about 2 years ago. And Chris, who I didn't even really know, I knew him well, like enough because I hung out with him on a weekend when I did Helium Comedy. Shout out to Helium St. Louis. And
then lunch in L.A.
Lunch in LA, and then he brought so many people up from St. Louis to my special, and I never forgot that. And so I was like, you know what? That was such a amazing charitable thing to do.
Charitable.
Charitable. We got to see a damn comedy special
a
get
live
filmed.
special
But I
get
mean,
filmed.
yeah.
You understand? I can't get.
You owe
I
me.
live in Hollywood. I can't get people to come out from Venice. They're like, you performing by the beach? I go, but the beach? Stop being a beach. Get the out of here, you son of a beach. What do you mean I perform by the beach? I'm like, yeah, it's just me opening for a bunch of sea turtles. I'm like, there's no comedy club in Venice. Get out to Hollywood, but there's comedy club. People are like, I can't make it, dog. Bro, I got my schedule's busy. What? I know you. You're unemployed. You are so full of. So the fact
dropping
that you
their-
came up with all, we partied
had
hard.
It was
crazy. And
I
that's
was,
when I,
was
met
up,
you.
It was like the
and-
first time I was crying. I was like, "This is so much hanging out. I don't know what to do with my face right
Dude,
now."
we partied so hard. Remember, all my friends, because those are my childhood
yeah.
best friends, and we all came and met you guys at the bar, and we got lit.
How cool is that, though? You got a chance to perform at your old high school in
Yeah.
front of your friends. Like, honestly, I think as
My teachers.
as a performer, that has to be like that's one of the things. That
Can I be
wanna
honest
put
with you?
in the list.
It was called my back to school special. There was this teacher that I had when I was in first grade. Her name was Miss Myers. And I had she thought a learning disability. I had ADD. Kids
Right.
have it, right?
Right.
And so she told my parents, true story, she told my parents that she thought I was retarded. And so I always wanted to call this special something like, I'm not retarded and you're dead. Thanks, Miss Myers.
I'm sure legal wouldn't sign off.
I know,
on
no,
that.
man. I was
It
like,
was
no.
we'll pay.
And I didn't talk about that. I did 45 minutes on that. It was great. It was great. Chris just went out to take a dump.
In the middle of the pod.
He didn't even say he was leaving. He didn't even give a peace out.
He didn't even like, "Hey man, I'll
he
be
didn't
right
even take
back."
a fake phone call because he knew he was on video.
What a
He
dickhead.
just took off. This is great. I mean, this is what it's like to be at the zoo. There's like random
really
strangers out
is.
there behind glass who are like sort of paying attention. Can they hear us out there?
Oh, they can hear us.
Yeah, okay, yeah, but they're just waiting for their food to arrive. That guy's having restless leg syndrome. I mean, it's like you got to understand when you're at the zoo, the animals are judging back.
It is. This is very weird. Like,
Yeah,
people
I wish I could text one of these people to be like, "Look at me." That's why the tigers go away. When you show up to the zoo, they're like, "Where are these tigers, man? They're sleeping." I go, "Yeah, man, because they don't want to watch you and your fat little kids with fudge all over your faces." cry. And that ended on a weird note.
But yeah,
It's been going well today, right?
yeah, it has been. I've enjoyed it. Look, this is doing radio and then trying to do other things.
Yeah, it's tough.
It's
People, by the way, I feel for you because people think it's like I've been in the business. I mean, you go out to LA, you want to be an actor, then you realize you have to do so many things.
Yes.
And you can't do them.
Right.
You can't just be like, oh, I'm an actor. They go, well, do you write your own stuff?
Right.
Or do you whatever? Or da-da-da-da-da. And so you have to get really good at other stuff. And then when you approach it, when you're so good at, which you guys are great, I've been on your podcast radio many times. When you do that, Chris, why do you keep sneaking in like a guy who's waiting to use the toilet?
that weirdo.
He's like, knock, knock. You guys still pooping in there? But it's like, dude, we're sitting down. But the thing is, like, you do that so well, so people just assume, oh, you guys will put on a festival. That's got to be really easy for you. You have a million connections. But it's like, yeah, but you're in the middle of summer or the beginning of it. It's the first weekend of June.
Right.
Like, things are happening right now.
Oh, absolutely. And that's actually when we went out to LA last, one thing that has always impressed me was like everyone who was even working, people who were under contract and people who had deals, they were still moving as if they needed to eat the next day.
Oh, dude, I've never
and
stopped
that's one
moving
thing
my
that
life.
I
I'm a shark,
admired
man.
about LA. So I would imagine, like, I feel I hate saying competition because
Yeah.
I know everyone's moving at a different pace. But what is that like being in the middle of that, knowing that everyone around you, people you probably admire yourself, going at that same pace? How do you keep up? How do you balance?
Oh, what's up? Yo, what's up, Bagman?
Oh, hey, look who woke up.
Ian Bagg. Hey, buddy. You got a sleep mask on right now?
Filthy
he has a hat
immigrants.
that, like, Ebenezer Scrooge wore, the little Sleepy Time Bear tee wears right now.
Hey guys, what year is it?
Yeah.
Hey,
You have a beard that was hip in the 80s. I'm like, hey, good to see you there, pal.
Hi
How are you?
guys.
Ian Bagg, everybody.
Hello,
Canadian
Ian
comic
Bagg.
headlining tonight, going up. Get your rest on over at the
I
casino.
was busy. I was shooting people on the freeway.
Oh, no, but a camera. You're a photographer. You should have
I was
said
shooting. I
that.
was
Sorry,
shooting.
He was a
I
photographer.
shut down the freeway to take some
Shut
shots.
down to take some shots.
Dude, we were talking about this. We
Hey, Bob.
sentenced you to 8 hours of press yesterday.
I said he was there for 8
When he
hours.
said you got to be here to the podcast, I'm like, fuck that.
Yeah. What did I say to you? I texted you. I said, do you want to tell him or should I?
Yeah, like, I'm
Like,
like,
no way.
I didn't
Are
even
you
respond. I'm like, well, hey man, if we're still trying to sell tickets today, it ain't happening.
It didn't happen, bro. No, he goes, no one showed up
I
yet.
got
so
some
I
bad
asked him,
news.
how many people do you think showed up from our death march yesterday? He said 12.
I bet directly. Yeah, way to go, guys.
One for every station we stopped.
Yes.
That's what I said for every hour. You and I could have stood outside of a Walmart and
did
been
y'all go
more
to Stacy
personable.
Static?
with
No, you had to
people.
go to Stacy
we
Static.
didn't hit Stacy
people in
That's
Static.
what happened. You
I
guys
would
hit-
have nuzzled up with Stacy too. Hey,
What?
You didn't go to the hip hop station.
No, we didn't go.
That's what happened. That's
She didn't want.
our fault.
No, I want no white boys on my motherfucking station.
She's like, who are they? Insane Clown Posse? These two white people? No. They like Fago, but they're not. They're not funny.
Jonathan
those
for a
people.
black crowd. Hey y'all, what's up? Is that
Me in front of a
Great.
black. Hey
That's
y'all,
you.
what's up?
Isn't that you in a black crowd?
No, that's me. Yeah, that's me at the
Should've
Hee
got
Haw
some-
reunion. Hey y'all, what's up? I see a lot of people and not so many teeth.
What's the Spike Lee movie where the Italians?
Do the right thing.
That would probably happen down in this neighborhood,
Yes,
right?
it-
Oh my God.
Oh yes,
Yeah,
I just
yeah.
thought about that.
Yeah.
He's correct.
Right? Why does this four
is
square
accurate.
blocks not have even a piece of gum on the on the
It's very
sidewalk?
true.
They're all
We got
they were
parking,
cleaned by
like,
machine
we got
guns.
parking really close. We stopped right
Don't
in front
say
of it.
that.
Oh, we
It's
just
packed. You can't
so
get
much
in.
parking.
How was Cape last night?
I was Cape Retardo. It was.
They're not listening. Don't worry.
No. Trust me, they
don't have
this
radio.
technology.
Trust
me.
Hey, we do a
Couple
podcast
years.
together. He's aware nobody listens.
Yeah.
I
They made us take
know,
it. They made us. The bathroom just had a bunch of buckets, and you had to figure out which one had the hand washing. And the other one
They
had
were
the-
nice. They were
No, they were
Jonathan
super
gets
nice,
So
great
fired
turnout.
up about these people.
About the
If they-
buckets.
If they've never seen his show,
Jonathan will.
I made my set was just
the number one show in the world.
my set was just me playing an episode, and then I walk off, drop a mic, and go, "You're welcome."
That's right. It's really funny if you did a PowerPoint with your
TED talk of myself.
And here you
You
can
never
say,
heard
I'm
of me?
Anakin.
Well, you're about to.
Let's sit down for 30 minutes, watch one episode, and then we'll sit down for another 30.
Let me ask you something. Have you taken a poop? There's no breaks.
But have you been to a city where people are like, oh my God, from Two Broke Girl? What's the city where you get the Two Broke Girls reaction?
Ian,
the
what
most?
do they say to
Cape
you?
Girardeau.
When do they say
Cape
that?
Girardeau.
Cape
Yeah,
Girardeau
yeah.
was that city.
They were standing outside. They greet us at the airport, but we flew in up here.
I like it better if they scream that at Ian.
They should-
What'd you say?
I'd like it better if they screamed Two Broke Girls at Ian in every city they went
They'd be
to.
confused. They thought I was the blonde one. She's living hard since the
I
episode.
was gonna say, let herself go, did she?
Let herself go.
Did she? Oh, the black guy does not look as good as he did on that show. Oh, in person.
I just spelled liquids on myself. You made me laugh so hard.
I was like, wow, the camera really does add 10 shades. He looks a lot lighter in person.
That Asian guy is huge.
Wow, was he eating off the hog?
He was eating on a.
I know how much you guys love press. Thank you so much for being here at Gaslight
I'm
this
done.
weekend. This is it. Yeah. Jonathan had to carry your water, man.
Yeah,
he's
thanks, bud.
he's been doing.
What do you
this,
guys?
so-
You might have been doing shots of Jameson. Is that what's been
We're
going?
going,
going
to
to.
later tonight.
Yeah.
It's gonna.
I gotta do it before the show.
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
Is that a drum machine over there?
It is. You know,
Is it? Is it?
you're playing a slow beat every time you talk.
Bum.
Bum,
Boom.
Every time you talk, it does this.
Yeah.
He brought his own sound effects. Everybody.
Chris had to listen to Dylan and I do
Dylan Palladino,
the
who's
hackiest
performing.
90 jokes
Yep.
last night while you were
On the-
pretending
on-
to be asleep.
On the way home, we needed them. That's what
Oh,
we
we
needed.
needed them. By the way, if Chris Denman, I hope this works out
I'm
for you
like-
because you will never make it as an Uber driver. I don't
bad.
mean make it as one. I mean you'll kill someone.
Yeah, sure.
When you're
Oh,
Uber
you
driver-
roll with Chris.
when-
Oh,
when your Uber driver's
God.
doing this, hey, are you okay? Are you still awake?
see, I'm glad. See, oh, okay. So
It was
I
rough.
Chris,
So,
Chris
real
stays
rough.
awake. What up, D money? Chris.
But Stephon's out here like, I could have walked in, guys.
Yeah. Come on. You got to get back here. Let me tell you something. About Chris Denman. Chris Denman is old school. He's like a dog with his head out the window when he's falling asleep.
But he puts his arms out too. That was the other thing. That was very. I'm like,
both
got real
arms.
weird.
yeah, both arms. I'm like,
He's
is he-
driving with his chin.
He's like a full-grown dog using his paws to get the hands. Gotta get the air. Gotta get the air. Gotta get
Drying
the
out
air.
your eyes, Chris. We need those.
I'm like, back in the car. Back in the car.
You and I are
Tell
playing
me you're
sour shoes
driving.
impressions.
Yeah.
So
No, we
fun.
listened to 40 minutes of Sour Shoes impressions from Howard
It
Stern.
wasn't enough for me.
It
I
was,
liked it.
It was
I loved it.
fantastic.
When he
Yeah.
does
Artie Lang.
Artie Lang was
I
great. Or
couldn't
Gary.
believe it.
When he phones up the other radio
Oh
show.
my God. With Don Imus.
Yeah.
And I was doing impressions to hear somebody at that caliber of guys that you never would have thought. I mean, his are so specific.
So good.
Insane.
Insane.
Yeah.
And Mad Dog Russo.
He did a whole episode with Corolla. Corolla thought he was interviewing Artie Lang.
No, that was the first thing we listened
Yeah.
to. If
Yeah, I
you
was
were
there.
awake for part of the car
Part of
ride,
it. I
you
was
would have
working
known.
for part of it.
we
yeah.
were driving. Why
How come
were
you didn't
not
come
awake?
with us?
Oh, God.
He's not allowed to.
It's Cape Girardeau.
Yeah,
no,
so
no,
it's
come
kinda
on.
weird.
Come
Come
on.
on.
I
Ian.
made a clan.
Come on, Ian.
That's the only way I got everybody on the same side is I said it was the richest clan meeting I performed in front of. And they were like, no. And I go, shut up. They're fucking white hoods on these tables. I was like, yo, you're Rush Limbaugh's from here. Come on.
Yeah, Chris like,
Gimme.
hey, man, we going down to Cape. I'm like,
Is the other guy? Did you
All
guys mention?
right.
Is the other
All-
guy from Fox as well from there?
Huh?
Is Sean Hannity from there?
I don't think
it's
so. It's
no,
Rush
no.
Limbaugh.
No, it's Rush
Rush.
Limbaugh. It's
It's
another
just
one. It's
Limbaugh.
either Sean Hannity or it's Glenn Beck. One of them is from down there.
Maybe
well.
Glenn Beck. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm not
Christ.
sure.
They're growing racism down there. How the
I
crowd's
had some-
doing?
I had some-
Oh, they're mighty white and hateful.
I had some lady yell at me on my personal Facebook today that I was. This isn't funny. This is politics. This isn't funny. I go, yeah, it's not funny. There's a Century 21 agent that's in charge right now, selling
And not
selling-
a good one.
Selling, yeah,
He doesn't even put
that's
mints
all
out.
he
in
is.
his-
That's all. But he's all
not
he's
even
all like.
making cookies.
Yeah, I don't like. You know who's running the country?
Dick.
A guy who thinks he can sell ties and steaks.
Yes.
A Costco
And
is
racism.
running.
Costco
Yeah,
is running the
is
country.
running the country.
I'd rather have Costco in charge.
Oh well, the snacks
We'd
would
all
be
have
better.
huge things.
Yeah, we'd
All our deals
all
would-
the diapers we could crap in.
Oh my god.
You guys think you can
I
handle
fucking
this?
love Costco.
If Dylan
I can
jumps
tell
in?
that guy right there.
Yeah,
is
where's
trying not
Dylan?
to pay
Get that
attention.
mic.
to
Can we
the show.
get Dylan Palladino in from New York?
Where's
And,
Stephon?
We're gonna get Stephon. I'm gonna go grab him real quick. Well, he'll get in.
I told him to come in, and
like
he
you're-
just walked out.
Look at you
Yeah.
wrangling the comedians in. Hello, Dylan Palladino.
Yeah, how's it going? What's
Are you
up?
guys doing a marathon?
Yeah.
Is that what?
No,
like,
they've only been here for 15 minutes.
Yeah.
Before I got here.
No, he just.
Did it just
we're just
start-
gonna do
have you guys been
a
doing it the whole
9-hour
time?
podcast.
Yeah, that's what-
You know, it's like, hey, Chris just had me open the show and then also host simultaneously. So
that's why I would, like,
I've also been
switching
cleaning the
up.
bathrooms.
What's
This
going
is like Menudo. They just
Yeah.
tap someone out when they get too old.
Yep.
Come on in.
You're 4 hours in. You gotta go.
Oh my God, you look
Except for
haggard.
Ricky. Ricky, you can stay. For
Haggard, Ricky, you're gold, pony boy. Stay gold.
How different is Missouri
a bug
from
zapper?
California?
Well, there's a bug zapper on the floor. That's how different it is.
Is that a bug zapper?
Bzz.
I don't know, but it's drawing my eyes like a moth.
Yeah.
I could walk into it
Yeah,
at any
oh
point.
boy.
I'll touch it
Yeah. That's why it's so hot in here.
because that thing's
Because
on.
that thing is on.
It's like 10,000
How many
degrees.
bugs are in
yeah.
here that we're trying to fight away?
Yeah.
This unfinished ceiling.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, with the black tar on the top.
It
yeah.
adds-
Listen, if we paint the asbestos, no
Take
one will
you guys-
know.
This is
kinda
gonna try to
artistic.
take you down.
That's
Just
what
stand
we're
up.
going for.
You guys can get the fuck out of here.
I like that some of the soundproof
Stephon
boards.
Hightower, hello.
I think we got.
talk very loud.
Oh God! Now
Some of
this
the
is really
soundproof
turned
boards
into.
are like bandana print. I like that. It feels very, very festive in here.
Get in here.
Get in here.
Yeah.
Get
Oh,
in
Bag's
Ian
done.
doesn't want to do that.
Ian is so happy to leave. Ian is so happy to leave.
Okay, so look, this is a big career moment for me.
Chris has another podcast out there that you're walking into. Oh, he's doing Chris's other podcast.
Jonathan,
Just surrounded
Yes,
by
dang it.
podcasts.
Jonathan is literally like, how did I get on this earlier and I still didn't do what Ian did and left? He's like, oh, wow.
I'm like, well, they didn't have. I was like, my God, did somebody just grab
No,
groceries?
so I just took somebody's spot who's been on TV. This is a career moment for me.
There
Thank
you
you.
go.
No, Ian's been
It's about
cut out
time,
of TV,
Black
okay?
Panther.
I was gonna
Yeah.
say there's a real minority push for this podcast.
Yeah.
It's too many white people.
This is what it feels like. Yeah, half and half.
Is
Is
this
this progress?
Black Ian?
Yeah,
The audience
Black,
is-
Black
yeah.
Ian.
Black Ian.
No, I'd rather be Black Stephon.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
So then we'll call. Then we got to call Ian White Stephon.
White Stephon. Yeah, Ian's now White Stephon. This is
This is the best looking podcast we've had.
This is progress
This
right
is
here,
the
right?
most diversity.
Yeah, progress.
That's what's
Yeah,
up.
yeah.
Jewish, black, and then just everything.
Jewish
What?
Black.
You know what that sounds like? White entitlement.
That was the point.
It's black,
Yeah.
black, Jew, and America. You
No,
know what I mean?
No, sorry. What I meant was normal. Yeah, that's
and,
right.
And Puritan.
And
Yeah.
exactly. And purebred. Yeah.
It's a black Jew and
The best race.
Hitler's grandson.
It's very diversity.
Perfect race.
and slave auctioneer over there.
And no color. The perfect pristine. That's me. That's how I am.
Yeah, you lost
Yeah.
the Olympics. Jesse Owens all the way. 1930s. Your crowd's a 30s crowd, right?
Yeah. Put that up. What's going on, Travis?
Well, what's going on with you, man? You've been getting your tour on as well. I
I'm
hear.
torn around St. Louis. I went down to Cape
Girardeau.
Cod.
That's not St. Louis.
Cape
Yeah.
Cod is not. That is.
No, I'm saying I also left. I went to Cape Cod last night. You guys didn't know. Oh, you were playing those. Jonathan was listening to those impressions last night. I just kept waking up. I fell asleep in the car. I literally woke up and went back to sleep. Said, there we go. Okay.
You and I were doing that. I talked about it before you got here.
I found a soundboard that has literally probably 50 different sounds on it, and I was just playing it for everything. There's a miso horn. Oh, it's so good.
Oh, miso.
Yeah. I'll find it. Jonathan will get on a tit in 1 second. He'll just keep going, and I'll find it when he's doing that.
Let me tell you something about him finding shit.
There we go.
No, I was going to give you guys a chance because they've already heard me talk for like 10
No. It's good. I heard you outside. It was great. I was loving it. Yeah.
Yeah,
When we walked
I
by
feel
that,
like you came in here to give
Yeah.
notes. He did not expect that he was going to have a
yeah,
mic.
I got shit written down on my
I don't-
phone.
I don't need
Yeah.
this, bro.
This is not about me.
Hey,
Yeah.
Palladino, I don't need this.
I was talking to them outside.
Palladino, is that
Yeah.
the American name?
I'm on the hill, you know.
When do you guys stop asking for notes? Do you request opinions from other comedians when it comes to your act?
Maybe really
Do you
close
care?
friends.
Only when I bomb.
Only when you bomb.
No,
That's
I'll
when,
ask people if it's something new. If I'll ask, do you get what I'm trying to say, or like, what do you think about that tag specifically? Because someone might be able to think of like a different ending to it.
Right.
But I have to really be cool with them because even with my friends, sometimes I'll say some shit and it'll still piss me off, even though I asked them.
So for me,
Yeah.
I don't, like, because I got into it so much later than these guys did
Right.
in terms of my age. I don't really, if somebody tells me a joke and I'll be like, oh yeah, I guess that's funny. Or, because I can filter it in myself.
Right.
If I'll have friends be like, hey, just so you know, here's a tag or whatever, use it or don't use it. And so for me, like, I think that I have an approachable, I mean, I'm saying like I have a lot of people that I'll travel with on the road, like buddies of mine, and then they'll just sit out in the crowd and they'll be like, oh, I thought of something while you were on stage.
Okay.
So, because that's
Yeah,
the
I
time
love
that,
that.
that I work on stuff for the most part. It's funny, like I tend to work on material when I'm doing a city.
Interesting.
Yeah, which I don't think is the way that most people do it, but
Sure.
But for me, it's just better because
Horrible
in
idea.
LA, what'd you say?
Horrible idea.
Yeah. Well, when you start working as a comic,
Yeah. Right now, I've just basically been the MC.
but they want you, but you don't continue through the show.
Nope. No,
You're
no,
the
no.
MC that they fire immediately after your set is over.
I'm the MC that goes up and they change their mind. They're like, we'd rather not have a
Yeah,
host.
you take bullets
than
and that actually
exactly.
kill you.
That actually,
Yeah,
I'm
he's
dead
done.
after. Yeah.
I asked if you were hosting that last night.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, who's gonna bring me out on stage? I was like,
Yeah.
is it gonna be Dylan? They're like, no. Rafe's got it. He got
We're
it.
done with him. Yeah.
This crowd does not want to see him again.
Yeah, Jeff came up to me and he's like, "You gotta leave, man."
Yeah.
He said, "You should leave."
Yeah, we'll give you toll money. And
Yeah.
then you'll find,
I was like, "I don't have a car." He's like, "I knew that."
no,
Yeah.
get out of the state is what we're
Yeah,
trying to say. Travel by night, it'll be faster.
Stephon, you reached a point where
Be
you're just
safer.
like, you don't give it. Do you care for notes from any other comedians?
I do.
You do?
Like John was saying.
Yeah.
I appreciate if somebody can come up with a tag to make my joke longer and better, Bring it on.
Yeah, it
And
doesn't
Oh,
matter.
nice.
And I'm
Nice.
I'm
Yeah.
good at that myself. I can analyze the set, and
Right.
add some tags to people's stuff.
Yeah.
That's
Because
good.
at the end of the day, you think about like we're all in the same. I mean, especially they're comics who have similar backgrounds and stuff that are talking about similar stuff.
Right.
And so we're all sort of pooling from the same thing. And if you trust your friends, like I think that people who tend to be good at receiving it are good at giving it too. So
Right.
like I will trade. I'll be like, oh, by the way, just so you know, like it's not clear that you're saying this thing. You really have to hit this thing
Right.
before, and then so it's sort of an open dialogue that way.
Okay.
And I've had moments where people come to me before they say, "Hey, watch my set." Sometimes
Oh,
people
really?
be like, "Hey, watch my set. I want your opinion on a certain joke that I'm
Yeah.
gonna do."
Okay.
Which is nice.
That does work.
Dylan, I was up front. You saw me taking notes the whole time.
You know, and I just
One of
saw
them
you
was get out of
scowling.
comedy.
Yeah, I saw him scowling. Every single joke I'd say, he'd just be like, I saw him look
When
at
did
me
you say a
and then
joke?
go, yeah, I didn't. Yeah, every single setup I said, I just see him like just shake his head and look down. And he's got this He's got this contact list of it's just called Hollywood, and so he would just call someone up everything that didn't do well.
When did you
and he'd
tell
be
a
like-
joke?
I didn't- yeah, there we go. That's what I was looking for. Yeah, and he just was after he was like, "Hey man, you."
That was spoken
that
word
a
was
good
really
shirt.
powerful.
Yeah, I like your shirt. I was like, "Hey, I liked your shirt," and he was lying.
You said my set. I said
Yeah. He goes, "What are you talking about?" He goes, "You were just speaking up there to you doing a sound
I
check,
like
right?"
that.
That he thought I was doing a sound check. He goes, "You were sound checking up there."
I
right?"
like
was
how you
"No."
asked us for a word
Yeah.
and then like improvise for 10 minutes to complete silence.
He a
That
good
was
friend,
cool.
though, because he was first in line. You're a good
That's right.
friend. He
I was.
he
By
took
the way,
the
I was.
bullet,
When
eh?
he said pull people up, I
was
was the
already right
first
there,
one there
like-
before that other guy walked into your penis.
Yeah. Yeah, this guy came up twice. I actually got blown on stage. That was nice.
Nice.
That was cool.
Yeah, that was
That's the Cape
very
Girardeau
weird.
I know.
Hey man, a guy.
No, we're talking about right now.
Yeah,
Oh,
right
God.
now.
Oh, right outside.
No, Cape,
St.
Cape
Louis.
Girardeau. There were a couple.
Oh.
Jonathan and I ran into some.
He
girl
thought we
that
were at the
was-
Grove. Notice the hill, buddy.
No, Jonathan and I ran into some girl last night that she was. She basically begged. She hit me.
Really?
She hit me.
She
And
did
she
hit
knew
him,
I was
for
into
real.
It. Yeah.
Not
she's
hit
like,
on him.
She's like, "You dirty little bitch," and I was like, "Please keep."
Oh, wow.
Keep talking like that.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah. I like it when girls disrespect me. You know.
Welcome to Red State,
That's
Missouri.
right.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
She was red state. Yeah.
She
yeah.
was Red
Real
Yeah,
red state.
yeah. She was like, Trump's my dad. Yeah.
Trump's.
Trump's my. It was actually Ivanka. It was the feckless cunt.
No,
yeah.
what did she say?
Yeah.
You want to go build a wall somewhere?
Yeah,
I'm like, what a weird pickup line.
That is odd.
Did it turn her on when he took off the wig?
Yeah, she says, "Turn down this wall." Yeah. When he took off the wig. Yeah.
Got
Oh.
the Trump thing going on.
The wig. Yeah, no, it wasn't.
I love how Travis is trying to leave his own podcast.
That I'm like,
He's like, "I think we're good.
A wrap?
We've had enough. Yeah, we've had enough episodes."
I just like my co-host, how he showed up.
I'm
and
gonna go
then
find
didn't.
him. 'Cause I got to get ready because I'm going out.
All right, he's got to
Denman?
get
I
ready.
just saw him.
Yeah, he's going up in an hour and a half. Jonathan's gonna get ready.
I'm going up tomorrow. I got to get a nap. I'm going up in 15 minutes.
Are you going
Jonathan,
up at
good
6?
luck.
Yeah, 6 o'clock.
Oh, I thought you were going up 7:30.
7:30. No.
I don't know.
The thing's over by 8.
All right. Well, hey, what's
This has
up,
been
guys?
fun.
How you doing?
Hey, do the podcast.
I'm gonna move over.
They're like, "Hey, we
Make it
good."
better.
The guy in the pink is like, "What the fuck are you guys doing?" Seriously, like, he's like,
No, they looking at me
he's-
like, who the fuck is
that's
the other black
that's
guy?
that's one of the
That's
guy
true.
that's like, he's like, whoever told you to follow your dream was a bad person. He should he should have been honest with you.
That's
all
a
right?
good, I'm glad
Yeah.
you mentioned that, though. I'm very curious. Obviously, when you're a comedian, you're in the industry, you are indeed following your dream, but it's one of those dreams that doesn't immediately translate to something for those who've never actually pursued anything in the industry. How do you, or if you even do now, how do you interpret that for
Hey,
your
man.
family or your friends? Like, oh, you're doing stand-up. Were you on the Apollo? No.
No.
Well, you own
I tell him, I go, "Have you ever filled out a 1099 for $15? Because that is what making it is." And that's what that's what I've done.
It's one of those things where, like, I feel like comedy is something like people who don't do it, who don't understand, feel like it's a pipe dream. But
Yeah, sure.
Well, it
very-
is for about 10 years, and
I'm-
then either you get out of the pipe or you die.
Well, that's the thing, like,
or
I-
you become a producer.
And that's why I've always admired like people who have things like relationships and family members,
Yeah.
like
Why
while
do
they're
you do that?
pursuing this industry.
Yeah, it's
because
hard.
I would imagine that part is hard for people to understand because if you're not in a Kevin Hart movie or if you're not on television or a Netflix show, they're wondering what you're doing with your life.
My ex-girlfriend is listening to this and shaking her head right now. Are you being like,
I
"Yeah, see?"
told
You
them.
see,
I
some
told that
people can
motherfucker
have
that same
relationships.
thing.
Yeah.
It's hard being a professional open micer, man. I swear.
You're right. It is hard because no one respects it at all.
Yeah,
And
it's
it's I mean, imagine just going to your job and then like going to a normal job and then some days you're like, "I'm good at this," and other days you're like, I'm really not good at this, and also everyone is like, you should quit. Like,
Sure, yeah.
that's literally what it can be like. But it's also, you get to do cool shit like this. You get to come out.
Do you
to
guys
St.
create
Louis
milestones for yourself then, if that's the case? I know, like,
I'm
I
getting
feel like
more
you
into
have
that
to-
now.
Yeah.
It's definitely. I'd say anyone listening who's like any shorter in it than I am. I've been doing it seriously for 3 years. Is you got to set. The more goals you set, the more it can feel like you're hitting milestones, and
Okay.
and it makes you feel productive compared to
Right.
if you just go at it and you're like, I want to be in comedy, the industry. That's so broad
Right.
that you're just gonna go psycho. If you're like, oh, I'm gonna hit 10 mics this week, or I'm gonna try and start a show, or I'm gonna try and get a 5-minute feature at Helium in the next year, something like that, or a 5-minute like guest spot, and then that's like something you're working towards
Right.
instead of just being like, I want to talk. It's I think that's definitely helpful.
What about you? You've been doing it for a minute now.
Yeah, it'll be 5 years in October.
Right.
Good.
I'm moving out of St. Louis soon, next month actually.
Where you going?
I'm moving to Atlanta next month.
Dude, that's good.
Really?
Yeah.
So now, so you're gonna go from a city where you've established yourself to one of the biggest entertainment hotbeds in the
know,
country
man.
right now. And look, we talk about the competitiveness of the industry. Are
Yeah.
you? What do you have in mind for when you land in Atlanta? Because I would like everyone keeps telling me whether you land in New York, Atlanta, L.A., you have to have a plan ready to implement as soon as you hit the ground.
Man, forget a plan, man. I'm gonna
Just
wing
don't
it.
like it. I'm just gonna figure this.
I'm gonna wing it.
He's just
No,
blindly going in.
But I just feel like, as far as here in St. Louis, I feel like I kind of like I'm at my ceiling
You've
a
hit your
little
ceiling,
bit.
sure.
I'm very, I'm here at the podcast, so I
Right.
feel like once you hit this
When you hit
podcast,
the
it's time,
pod,
it's
then
time
you-
to move.
and that's
It's
it.
time to
Well,
go.
I made a mistake
This
of coming
is-
back to St. Louis.
This
After I
is
did
the
this
this is
podcast
the
once, I
mecca
should've
right
never
here.
come back.
This is the mecca
Let's be
right here.
honest.
This is the
Yeah.
This is the mecca
This is
right
I
here.
always say that comedy is born in New York and LA, but it's chiseled
It's
and,
chiseled
and,
in-
brought down in
Wow.
St. Louis. I come here, I see these beautiful 6 people watching sports with the sound off, and they're still more interested in that than looking at us. And it's really.
But you went from New York to LA, or you're in LA right now, right?
No, I'm in New York still.
So you're in New York,
Yeah,
okay.
I started doing the first mic I ever did was in LA.
It was in LA.
And I
Are
ate.
you from here though?
No, I'm from New York.
He's from New
Oh,
York.
okay.
No, don't disrespect me like that, man. I'm not from
but
St.
that's-
Louis.
see,
How
that's what
dare
I'm
you?
saying.
Hey,
Yeah.
we got a lot
Fuck
of
the
great people
Yankees.
from St.
I
Louis,
don't know. I
man.
think that's a thing to
How
say.
dare you? Yeah, no.
So how? Okay, like I know for a fact. Okay, New York is the mecca of comedy. That's like,
Yeah.
How do you go from the mecca of comedy to all the way out to LA to start comedy? Like,
I mean, you don't. I would say you don't leave. Well, actually, you can go to New York and get really chiseled and honed and tight there, and then go out to LA and have a good amount of like tight, great material because you're going to start doing short sets.
Right.
And then once they allow you to do longer sets, you can kind of expand and slow down and do more stuff. And people, if you say you're from New York, it does hold some kind of weight to it in terms of being like, oh, okay, he's at least. I mean, if you say you're from New York and you've been there for like years, if you say you've been there for 6 months, it's like whatever. But if you've been working there for a while, then people at least know, okay, if this guy's been getting any stage time, he's hopefully like he's not half bad. He knows how to carry a joke. Trust me, there's people out there who like everywhere suck and just get pushed forward. But once you're out in New York, if you worked and know how to hustle there, then when you go to LA and you hit it, you'll still have that mindset and you'll try and hit a lot of stuff,
No,
which will
I think-
hopefully get you more.
what I really was trying to say, like you say you're from New York, but your first open mic was in LA, right?
Yeah, but I did 2 mics in LA and then I didn't do stand up for 3 years.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I did it when I was 19.
You really didn't hit it hard.
Yeah, I think I was at school in New York.
Okay.
And then in the summers I would come back to LA.
I'm saying,
And-
being from New York, you never thought while you were there, let me do stand up in New York.
No, because I grew up in LA.
Okay.
Sorry, I grew up in LA and then I went to New York for school.
I see.
okay.
So when I was in LA, I never thought I should do stand up.
Really?
I never thought I shouldn't do it. I was just like, oh, that's cool. And then when I came back my first year, I was like, oh, I'm going to try 2 mics. And I bombed my ass off as one is wont to do.
of course you did.
And I was like, I'm going to chill on that for a little bit.
Well, but I
3
feel like
years?
both you and Stephon are at interesting levels because you guys are what I would consider on the cusp. So my
Yeah.
question, I guess, with you is like with the energy in New York and with the opportunities in New York, like give us an idea of that feeling because obviously if you're in the Midwest, you know of what it takes to be in New York. But once you're
Yeah.
in it, you're truly in it, and being around so many talented people and so many people representing networks and film crews and looking for the next big thing. What is that energy like?
It can get to be overwhelming, man. Seriously, because everyone's always putting their best self out there, and you can always feel like everyone's doing more than you, and then you get caught up in like, am I doing more? Should I be doing more shit? And I think the thing that I've realized over the past year to calm myself down is, I mean, the thing with New York is that if you move there, you will get an anxiety disorder, 100%. It's just part. Like I always say, like
just because so much is going on,
when
it's
you
such a
move
crazy
to New York,
speed.
like there should be a government sponsored just like Xanax that you get as soon as you walk in. Like you get your apartment, and then in a drawer is just Xanax that just gets delivered every month. Because if not, you're gonna go out of your fucking mind.
Right.
But it's just like in New York, I think you can go, all right, there's a lot of comics here. And so now I got to figure out like exactly what is my thing compared to
niche.
Yeah, like what kind of comic do I want to be? What do I want to do? Like get all of it, because then once it's kind of like honing down a joke. Like once you kind of figure out what kind of comic you want to be and like what your look and your style comedy is going to be, then you can market yourself as that. Because the biggest thing with the industry is like people don't want to guess what you are. They want you to come in with just like when you pitch something, they want an elevator pitch of you.
Oh, wow.
Exactly. So if you're like going to a manager, or if you're trying to do any
wow,
show or
that's
anything,
interesting
you
way
want
to
to go
put it.
like,
Interesting.
this is who I am.
Right.
Like two sentences, who I am, what I provide, what kind of comedy I am. It's like, that's how you want to be able to, in some ways, say, like, who that, like Chris D'Elia, like, goofy, good-looking, high energy comic who does voice. Like it's like, I mean, that's not a perfect elevator pitch of him, but that's at least enough to be
fairly
like,
accurate.
Oh, okay, that is who he is, and that's what you're gonna see.
Right.
You know, like it's like Chappelle, social commentary, also makes fun of himself, and also is the greatest fucking stand-up of all time.
Right.
It's like
Right,
it's like
right.
it's you
probably skip all that other stuff and just
exactly,
go
just
greatest
the greatest
stand-up
stand-up of all
There you
time.
go.
Yeah.
But it's. When you get to that point, then you can go, okay, this is how I'm going to be seen. This is what I want to work towards. Because if you're in New York and LA, you should at least in some point be thinking about like, how am I going to get into the industry on TV or something like that? Because that's how you're going to make money. Because you're not going to make money with stand-up. Like, you're not going to make money with stand-up unless you're touring nonstop, doing the road. And then still you'll barely make any money. I know guys that do the road that, like, I've been on Conan, and I saw his bank account and was like, I saw him, he was banking on getting money from his road stuff to barely be able to pay stuff. So it can be really hard. The only way you're gonna make money is TV and getting an audience from that, or like you need to make an audience
so when
it's going to come out to your shows when you sell theaters or stuff. Because clubs, even the best club in New York, the Comedy Cellar, on the weekend you'll make $100 a show.
Right.
And these are all pros. The weekend you make $100 a show. The week I think it's like 50.
Right.
So I mean, even
That's
if you're
for
doing
headliners.
exactly, even if you're doing 6 shows in a weekend. I mean, that's $600. Yeah, that's $2,400 a month. But okay, if you're doing that every single weekend, which is not happening for almost everyone, you're still making what, 28 grand a year?
So
30?
how much? And I had this conversation with Jonathan Kite off the air. But how do you then balance that as far as when you go out to LA or New York or Atlanta, you can't just be the stand-up. You have to show that maybe you can be an actor, that you can be a writer, that you can be a producer, that you can be a real creative. So how do you balance making time for that? Because you know what your bread and butter is certainly stand-up, but in order to really take that next step in the industry, you need to be 3 other things as well.
I mean, I feel like if you're a comedian on stage, you're automatically a writer or actor.
Sure.
For sure. If they see that, see that you're very funny on stage and they see that you write, then they'll go, okay, let's talk to this guy. Okay. However, then when they talk to you,
you have to bring more to the
table. You have to at least bring ideas, maybe have something in the back of your pocket, just because now there is such a like oversaturation.
Right. Yeah, sure.
There's 10 of me, dude. There's 10 of like they'll just okay, we'll find someone else. And
It should have got black like me, my friend.
Dude, you know,
we
I'm
are
trying,
huge right now.
I'm trying my
Thank you,
hardest.
T'Challa.
Yeah, seriously, man.
It's like a job interview. Like everybody say the same shit at a job interview, man. Like
You gotta walk in there.
Why should I hire you?
Yeah.
Because I'm a team player.
Well, they
my
asked me,
thing is,
they're like, "You're white. You need to give us a reason to not kick you out of here right now." I'm like,
I'm actually light skinned.
yeah, exactly. I'm light skinned. Yeah, exactly. I start talking with a totally different accent. I'm like, I'm from Atlanta. You know, I get the deepest voice
I
ever.
want to say something. So you go down to the A, and the A has been popping for a long time now, but certainly it's now become what some would consider almost Hollywood South to a degree. It is.
They call it Black Hollywood.
They shoot Ozark there. They shoot Stranger Things there. They've shot a bunch of
and
movies.
then I hear now a lot of the local universities are now creating departments and programs for people to come in to learn to do what the
Industry stuff?
crews do,
Yeah.
what the industry folks do on the inside. So it's really become that place. What have you heard about it so far? Because I would imagine you wouldn't have chose Atlanta if you hadn't heard or seen other comedians, perhaps even from St. Louis, from abroad, go down there and do well.
Well, when I chose, okay, so this is my thing. When I chose a city, you know what I'm saying, I had to pick, of course, of like L.A., New York, Chicago, Atlanta. And I visited, I've been to every city.
Right.
And for real, when I made my decision, I prayed on it a little bit.
Sure. That's a big decision. That's a big decision in your career.
What? I didn't realize it'd be that hard, but choosing a city to move to is kind of like picking a college.
Yeah.
Like, it's going to affect your life for like the next 4 to 5 years. So I just kind of, and I just went down there a couple weeks ago or whatever, and it felt like home.
Nice.
LA had a good feel, but then when I went to the scene, I felt good when I got off the plane. And then, like, when I got off the plane, I was like, oh, LA. And then when I got to the comedy scene, I was like, oh, LA.
That's to say, like, when we met you out there, we landed, we were like, they're really good.
Yeah.
It's really one of those moments where you're just like, oh, so this is what time it is.
I mean, like, talent-wise, I felt like, in LA, I felt like I could, like, match it. But the other stuff that came with it, I was like, whew. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
And I hear New York and LA comedians speak specifically to, hey, I'm an LA guy, hell, I'm a New York guy. And I know a lot of people try to be bi-coastal.
People do take a lot of pride in
I looked up at Airbnb that was more than my apartment here. Airbnb.
Oh, yeah.
Like, whoa. You know, I was like...
Try living in New York, man. My first apartment was literally, I'm trying to look in this. I think it was maybe 6 feet by 12 feet.
That's CEC.
And it was
New York?
and I paid $1,100 a month.
6 by 12.
And
it was
was
literally smaller than this room.
And I could lay. I remember I could lay on my bed and put my feet on one wall, and then my head would touch the other wall.
I'm surprised you had a bed.
Yeah,
I probably
the bed. I'm not kidding. A normal bed, a full bed, was the only thing that fit in there. That and a desk, and then that was it. And that was $1,100 a month.
All right, let's get to the nitty gritty then, because I'm very curious about this aspect for you guys. Why did you get into comedy? Was it because you thought you were funny, or because you thought there was some ass in it? It was money involved, fame,
all of the above.
All the above. You just
A, B, C, D. No, the answer is E.
Okay, all the above.
I did not do it for women. Almost none of the.
How many guys you know currently and you know I got to tell nobody names, but how many people presently in comedy that you know, give me a percentage, are in it for the ass?
I think some guys might get into it for the ass, but I don't think anyone will stay.
We'll stay for that.
Yeah.
Well, unless they're just kind of on one show or in one venue and they like just skate by on that and they do the same 10 minutes and then we'll just prey on prey is a bad word.
I don't
but
think nobody
basically
gets into
prey
it for
on
the ass, but I think it just comes with it.
It can, depending on.
But that wasn't your motivation.
Nah, bro.
Okay, I'm just checking. A lot of people get involved.
Here's
in
the thing that I'll
industry
say about like thinking you're funny. I always say this: if anyone says to me, like, I always thought I could do stand up, or I think I could do stand up, I can almost guarantee they will suck at stand up. Because whenever anyone thinks and is able to say it out loud, means that they don't have the forethought, which is most comics,
to get on stage.
or to not say that. Most
Right,
comics
to know
it.
to know it well enough to know that you shouldn't be saying that.
Look, all comics are the most narcissistic, egotistical people.
I
in
feel
the
like they're
world.
so narcissistic and insecure all in one. That's what
100%.
makes a comic.
100%.
You got to be incredibly narcissistic
You do.
and insecure.
A little
You
delusional.
do exactly,
and a little
So you
delusional,
have
certainly.
So the difference between a comic and a non-comic is the comic will think I can do stand-up, but they won't say it to anyone.
Right.
Whereas the non-comic will think they can do stand-up and then tell everyone.
people.
Right.
And so I thought I was good at it, but I kind of just fell into it. I was like, I'm gonna try it out, and then I did it a couple times and was like, I think I'm just gonna keep doing this. It was like not not even a conscious thought. I just kind of I got
Wow.
caught up in it, and you just keep going.
Like-
Stephon beyond. He's like, I got this for the money.
No. I'm saying when he say that, like he totally right because like my first year I did stand up, nobody knew but my mom.
Really?
Yeah, like I'm serious. Like I didn't post on Facebook.
Now, did you have any conversation with your homies, your friends,
Like-
and then like,
It was more like I told some of my cousins I did it, but I never told people when I had a show or whatever because I felt like I was like, man, I want to get good. Like
before you
I was-
bring
I was-
the.
I
That's
was-
fair.
I'm still doing that now. My
well,
parents don't
yeah.
even know I'm here. They think I'm in Florida. Yeah.
I mean,
I'm on vacation.
I'm funny, but I'm not great, but I'm funny. So I
Yeah,
know
yeah.
I know the difference between like being funny and being great. Like I'm funny, Dave Chappelle's great. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So like my first year I did stand up, I was just so in tune with the craft. I was like, man, I want to get good before I invite anybody that I know to come see me. I mean, other people tell me I was funny, strangers, but I was just like, I want people I know to come see me.
Right.
And I don't want to suck. So like, and then my mom, when she came to see, my mama was there the first time I got on stage.
Well, yeah, it's mom.
And,
Moms
and,
will always do it
And
no
let me
matter
tell you a
what.
story. My mom didn't even believe me at first. Like
She thought she was messing around. Like,
Man,
that's
look.
that's not Stephon.
She was like, "That's not my baby."
my
That is
mama,
so sweet.
my
He going to
mama got
Sunday
the
school
second.
doing
My
all
mama
the
got the
comedy.
second half of my performance my first time. And
Really?
So I asked
She was
her.
there for 2.5 minutes.
No, she was there the whole time. I said, Mom, why you only got the second half? She was like, well, I thought you were gonna go up there and nut up. And then when I seen you were doing pretty good,
She thought you
I
was
flipped
gonna
up my
punk
camera.
out.
Yeah.
What?
True story.
Nothing
Your
like
mom's
hearing your
dope. I
mom
like your
thought you were
mom.
punking out.
Yeah, she's
Yeah.
like, "Be honest, son, I love
She
you."
was in the
son of-
crowd like, mm-hmm.
Yeah, she's like,
Son
"You're
of
gonna bitch out."
Yeah.
Bitch out, little
Yeah,
bitch.
she's like, "Don't worry,
Bitch
baby. I'll
ass
come up there for the
bitch.
other second half. All right, I got jokes. Okay, I'll talk about how you fucked me
But
up."
like
when I was-
after, on the ride home, she was kind of amazed, like, wow,
Really?
like you could have a future in this. And I was like, slow down, mama. I only got 3 minutes.
Isn't that the weirdest thing? When you have your parents, then they start to actually believe in you.
Yeah.
That's when it gets
Oh,
really
the
weird.
worst is
Like,
my
oh,
dad will like give me notes and shit, and I'm like, "Dad, what the fuck are you
Oh,
doing?"
your dad got
bro?"
jokes?
No. He
See, now
gives me jokes for my stuff, and the worst part is because he's not like stupid. One out of every 10 notes he gives me is actually a decent note, and I've used 2 of them. And he's
really? So you
he's-
you didn't mess up. You didn't take the
I
note
fucked up
now.
because
Now
guess
you
what?
fuck-
No,
yeah.
but you know why I fucked up?
Now he
Because
thinks
he
he writes your
used
set.
it and then he saw it work and he was like, "I told you." He was like, "I told you about that. I told you that would work."
Take
Yeah,
me
he's
on the
like,
road, son.
"Yep."
I
He's
got
like,
you.
I told you
No.
that would work. And now he's like, "I'm gonna take a stand-up class and then you're gonna be opening up for
Oh,
me."
see,
I'm
no.
like, "Dad, straight up, I will leave the
That's
country.
hilarious.
I'll leave the country."
No, I'll see that. Yeah. So my dad's also at a similar place too, and now he's really into the comedy scene. And like my dad's been a university professor since my entire life.
Yeah, yeah.
For
So
what?
the idea, English. He's just been teaching.
Oh,
English.
really?
He teaches down at the University of Memphis now.
You gonna
And
do
he's been-
grammar jokes?
Oh my god!
Yeah.
And oh god, he's reminding me every day on the radio show that your subject.
He's
verb
like, "I
agreement
hate it when they
completely
use
out of place."
then, THEN compared to
Ew.
then. Yeah, you
But-
guys know about that? And
Do we call you like, I heard some bad grammar
Yeah.
on your
But
radio
that's the
today.
thing. So it's weird. So you like, I come from I would say a relatively conservative family, but so now to see them support
His
this
family's the
venture is
only
weird
black Ku
because-
Klux Klan members.
Well, I thought I was gonna be the guy. Hey, yeah, my family never ride or die with me.
Exactly,
I had to go against my family. My family's like, no, go do it.
Yeah.
This is great. Go. We're gonna be there to support.
We're
I'm like, oh shit,
supportive.
my family's supporting the hell out of me right
Exactly.
now. I don't
Your
know how
dad's
to.
been there the entire time. Yeah.
Right, like what is this? I don't
Yeah.
like this.
Wow.
Well, I think we've done enough talking. I think this has been a good chat. Why my co-host abandoned me, I couldn't tell you.
What'd you guys think out there? Give us 3 cheers. They go boo. They start throwing beers
do
into the
see
glass.
Libbie,
though.
Yeah,
Libbie
exactly.
fine
ass.
That'd
They
be
came
great.
to see Ian and John. They don't even know who we
Yeah,
are.
exactly. Yeah. Who's that ex-volleyball player in there? What is he doing right now? Yeah. Who's that failed? Exactly. Yeah. Who's that failed Olympic volleyball player? He didn't make it. Yeah.
Well,
No, this was great.
this has been a impromptu special edition of We Are Live here at the Send Up on Shaw. That's
right.
We thank everyone for coming out. We thank all of our amazing sponsors, our amazing listeners. We thank, of course, our acts, our comedians for coming down.
Thanks for
These
having us.
guys could have been anywhere else in the country today doing a show, and they
Yeah,
chose to
right.
be here with us. So we certainly appreciate it. Make sure you guys enjoy all the food, enjoy all the alcohol, and get stupid. Let's enjoy the
Let's
rest of the
do it.
show.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, guys.